NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
Welcome to NewsBiscuit, the UK's original fake news. NewsBiscuit, the last to break the news, but the first to break wind. I'm your host, Wrenfoe, and I'm joined by two... It says here redacted. Our lawyers have said I can't read this out on air, but trust me when I say these two definitely are. Dan Sweryt.
Hello.
And Sketchley.
Hello.
This month sees Keir Starmer help the Trump campaign by helping the Harris campaign. Balloons fearful of new obesity jab. And Abercrombie CEO accused of sex trafficking rather than just shit clothes. That brings us to our first round news and brief where our panelists select their favourite headlines. Sketchley, what have you got?
Cow complains of sexual assault. Police believe local vets may have had a hand in it. Gen Z and Gen Alpha reject Gen Rich.
Tory party conference.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, what's Gen Alpha? Are we into that?
Oh, don't do this again.
Yeah, I have this
No!
discussion. My daughter's Gen Alpha. Well, one of my daughters is Gen Alpha, but
Right.
the other one's not. There's a standoff between whatever follows Gen Alpha. I don't know.
Do they not talk to each other now?
No, they can't understand each other because they get a different dictionary from the government. So it's all like, way slay.
And how long now these generations last for? They have fixed period. Are they like 15 years? That's your generation,
They're about,
or is
yeah.
it? Or as you're alluding to, it is just literally the language changes or the new iPhone comes out. We're on to another generation.
That's it. Yeah. Essentially.
I'm born between two. I'm 1980, so I'm neither Gen X nor millennial.
Oh no. There's an infinitely thin line where it's so you're in one or the other. You
No,
can't
no,
be like
you can't
be like the Midlands of the generation.
I'm officially a Xenial. That's what we're called.
I'm generation repealing the Corn Laws. My needs are not often mentioned enough.
Barefoot man finally realizes Socktober is not a thing.
I don't like socks. I'm confessing that now. I
In
don't
general.
like socks. No, I can't be doing socks. I can't be doing. They're a bit warm. I find.
I mean, that's their primary purpose.
Yes, and that annoys me.
Is there
It's
another?
a bit like Nazis. Their primary purpose actually annoys me.
I mean, there's I can't think of any other than sock puppets. That's the only secondary use I can think of. Sock. Is that
Teenage
what it is?
Boys, I think, find a third version.
Oh, right, okay, okay.
But I don't like the heat. I really can't be bothered to put them on, and finding them's a bit of a faff. So for me, I'd go sockless forever, but I don't want to come across as a hippie, so I don't know what to do.
And they don't label them left and right anymore, do they? So
Anymore?
that's very irritating.
It's irritating. That's the bit I think. That's the only bit I do like is the fact that
It doesn't matter.
50% of the random searching for socks has now gone out the window. As long as I get two socks, I'm
Yeah,
good
but
to
getting
go.
two socks, that's the hard bit. Because the
Yeah.
tumble dryer, it has a wormhole to wherever, where one of each sock's gone.
Yeah, but I buy all my socks are the same. I buy them all the
That's
same.
a good plan. That's a good plan.
And I have done for the last 6 years.
That's a headline in itself. Man who buys all the same socks still can't find a pair of socks.
Same socks, same pants. So in the morning, there's no debate.
When
It's
you say
that.
same pants, you mean
No, not the same.
Not the same
singular.
pants. Just
No,
one
no.
pair of pants.
I've got multiple pairs, but I am the Henry Ford of the sock world.
Oh, you
You can have any sock
you open the
want, the sock's
wardrobe
black.
and there they are on the hangers.
Yeah.
on a rotating thing. That's what you are.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the same.
But I do label them nevertheless. I don't know why I do that. That's weird. That almost doesn't make sense, but yeah.
Invitation to Tory reunion party. Bring your own booze.
Booze spelt with an S, not a Z-E. Very good. Yes.
Feels like 14 years already, says Starmer.
Oh, he's a car crash, isn't he? He's just bad at this. A lot of people did predict that he'd be a bit bad at this, but he was sort of kind of waved through, cometh the hour, cometh the man. And I honestly appreciate the fact that, a lot of Starmer fans kind of, do say online, well, it's really harsh. He's getting attacked much more than the Tory party would do for these things. And that is definitely true. But he is doing these things. The press aren't calling him up on and making stuff up. He is definitely doing all of these stupid little things. And if he wants better press, stop doing stupid stuff.
But is he taking advantage of there's a really low bar that we're going to let him off until because of the last lot?
Well, I think he
I mean,
assumes
is he like
so.
is he essentially prodding the nation? Do you know what I mean? Like that, like how far can I go? Just poking you in the face, like he's the older brother. The nation is the younger brother, and I'm just gonna poke you there till either the parents step in, beats the shit out of you.
So this isn't a government, you're saying? This is a hazing?
Yeah. I knew there was a word for it. There's me with the fingers.
Yeah, well, you probably didn't go to the quality of school where hazings are quite common. Every time there's just a thing on a thing on a thing on a thing. And you can see he's getting kind of wound up by it in interviews because they ask him, why did you do this? And he's like, I'm not going to answer that. I didn't do it. And then they come back and they go, yeah, but you did do it, didn't you? And he's in this little sort of cycle. And I just keep thinking, well, stop doing whatever the thing is that you're accused of. Just stop doing that. And they'll stop asking you about that. And then, of course, then people go, then they come after him and they make up stuff about him. Yeah, but if they make stuff up about him, that's much easier to respond to an interview.
If it's not true.
If someone says you're a flat earther, you just go, no, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
If someone says you've been taking loads of freebies, you go, oh, no. You just go quiet. Oh, jeez, whatever. Frustrates me.
What I don't understand with the freebies is he said, okay, we're going to introduce a new law where politicians aren't allowed to accept freebies. I'm thinking, why don't you just say no? Like, someone offers you something, just say no, thank you.
It's if you said to your wife, I'm having to lock myself in on weekends to make sure I don't sleep with other women. Your wife is going, well, come on. Surely self-restraint is what is. Can you tie me by a strap
to the radiator?
To the radiator. I can't be trusted. I am an animal.
Also, if you say no to Taylor Swift tickets, you're going to get much more grief from your kids than you are from the nation.
Did they go? Did he take them?
I don't know.
He took 6.
Some of them.
He took 6.
Yeah, he sold them on eBay and earned more than his salary.
That particular concert, though, that must have been Taylor Swift's worst concert because she's got usually adoring fans bounce around. It's already exciting. And it's just in the shadow cabinet and their families. And she's looking up going, one, they're like 50 years older than my usual kind of, and they're all just sitting there playing with their pages, updating their resumes on LinkedIn.
Texting their press links.
Yeah.
That's where I am.
Yes.
Damn, I got me tickets to... Yeah.
Each with their own photographer. That's the other thing. He takes so many tickets because they all have to take their personal photographer along to to catch those unguarded moments of spontaneity. Over to you, Dan. What have you got?
Tory party rethinks support for Israel after they start bombing banks. Porton down fined for creating unhealthy workplace.
They haven't leaked anything again, have they? Though
I didn't notice.
Oh, okay, this is a funny.
It's just a funny line.
I was just looking at my hazmat suit as you said that.
Yeah. Hang on, maybe he's got a point. No, it's not that topical. That's satirical rather than topical. Let's go that way. Police return £8 million worth of chips stolen by seagulls. Shock as medical procedure reveals Jeremy Clarkson has a heart.
I mean, he lives such a clean and healthy lifestyle. Yeah. I don't see how he could have any problems with his heart.
I've had a heart thing, so I've given up smoking again. Like the last time. Yeah, it's fine the last time, so I carried on.
Yeah, he gives up smoking in between cigarettes. Yes.
And who is Amber Warnings, and what has she got against Britain?
We've had a lot of stormy-related kind of warnings, haven't we? But have they manifested in your parts of the country?
We had a bit of wind outside. But apart from that, it's lovely today.
Because they do, obviously they scale it, don't they, on colours, and then I think there's a hurricane scale as well, 0 to whatever it is.
Yeah, Michael Fish.
Yeah, exactly, not to whatever. But I sort of always think of it in terms of what it does to my wheelie bins.
I wondered what you were going to say then.
Yes, I'm going to rouse during storms. The only time I can make love to Mrs. Wrenfoe when there's...
The bins are flat.
Yeah. No, but my wheelie bins did not move at all in any shape or form.
Is it like the Beaufort scale? Is it by angle? If they line up against the bush, if they're down the road.
That's it. I think I'm more sophisticated than the Beaufort scale because I take into account not just angle, but where it is geographically in relation to my house. Okay, if it's down three or four doors down, Yeah, that's been a biggie.
If it's been pulled over by the police,
Yes.
that's windy. Nobody wanted to play tennis, so it did affect the middle classes around here.
Do you have a lot of tennis players where in your neck of
No,
woods?
but I play, so I'm obviously.
Oh, is this you alluding to that you're in the middle class?
Yes, yes.
You didn't get the hazing reference later
No.
on. So you're trying
No.
to.
I'm trying to get ahead of you. And,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Tell me how often you shop at Waitrose.
Well, I can't afford to anymore.
Yeah. Not so middle class now, are we?
No. I was holding on to the infinitely thin line of middle class, waving from the working class area.
Yeah, and that was a Starmer thing, wasn't it? This week he got into a big pickle because he's been asked multiple times, like, what does working person mean? Because he often refers to it in speeches. And for about 6 months, he hasn't been able to come up with an answer. So clearly they've like focus grouped it and he now has an answer. Okay. And his answer was basically, it was kind of along the lines of people that live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. And it was really funny. Is then loads of people are like, well, this is an outrageous definition. And they're really having a go at him. And I was just thinking, actually, no, he's right. I feel really bad for Starmer. That at last he has actually got to probably an appropriate definition. But because everyone is just like hitting him. Well, he's like one of those donkeys that you hit and all the stuff.
Pinata.
Pinata, yeah. Once you're just in that motion of just hitting constantly, if someone just says stop, you can't. You've still got to get a couple of hits off.
Didn't he say recently, did I read in the paper that he said anyone who owns shares in a company is not classed as a working person?
Yeah, well, he's right.
But Royal Mail, when I worked for Royal Mail, I'm sure we were all given shares.
Yeah, not good shares.
No, but
not a lot of them. Yeah,
no,
I think
shares.
He should have. You're right. He should have qualified that and said a lot of shares,
millions
not
of shares.
posties.
Yeah. What a single share is not making you Elon Musk. I tell you that.
Because Sid from British Gas, he got a lot of shares, didn't he? Because everyone was telling him about British Gas shares.
Yeah.
There's a Generation X reference. That no.
I haven't met a Sid in decades. Do you know any Sids?
No, for the audio recording. Sorry.
Sorry.
Rather than just shaking my head.
Now he's just holding up a sign with the word no on it as well. Our next round is True Biscuit, where our panel has to guess which is a real headline and which is a fake one. Come then, Sketchly.
Okay, I enjoyed this one very much.
Let's see if we do.
So if our audience don't like it, that's on them.
Been qualified.
Is that what you're saying?
This is what Starmer should say before every policy.
You don't like it, it's your fault.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Qantas apologises after mature-rated film Daddy-O.
Daddy-O.
It's not a follow-up to Mummy-O, is it?
Should I ask what's the plot of Daddy-O?
It's rated 18 in the UK for its language, sexual material, and nudity.
For its language as well, because wouldn't that be disappointing if you popped on, a pornographic movie and go, oh, it's sex, oh, it's an 18, oh, and it was just really sweary. And there wasn't really any sex in it at all. And that's why it was an 18 certificate, because everyone's going bollocks all the way through. Basically, people hitting their thumbs with hammers and swearing. You're like, oh, this is so disappointing.
Because Daddy-O sounds Italian.
Oh, I don't know.
Or someone really groovy from the 60s. Hey there, Daddy-O.
Austin Powers.
Yeah. I mean, I once flew to Russia, and the In-Flight movie was one episode of Midsummer Murders starring, is it John Nettle?
John Nettle,
And it wasn't like the whole series, because there's like 5 or 6 episodes linked together. It was the same single episode on a loop. I felt I was in a Samuel Beckett play.
Are you sure that was Midsummer Murders the same episode on a loop? Because it could just be different episodes of Midsummer.
They're that bland. No, it was the same one. It was genuinely hideous. And I don't know whether, and that was in the way over to Russia, so I don't know whether it was like an attempt to make me defect to Russia.
You could watch this all the time if you lived here. We say we do. We watch it all the time here.
But yeah, I plausible that you could stick on the wrong movie. Absolutely. Although I'm surprised that they would have an 18 certificate movie.
It isn't that they put the wrong film on. The entertainment system failed to work before takeoff. The plane was delayed by an hour because of it. So the staff couldn't fix the fault. They decided to let everyone watch the same film. So it was an active decision.
Did the passengers take a vote on it then?
No, I think the staff just said, let's just stick that on. Number 3.
This is what happens when you let the kids vote on the plane.
I could well believe a vote going on, because it's a closed space. In a second you're going to be out of territorial waters. No laws apply. And I would be saying, come on, mums and dads. This will just quiet your kids down. Let's all just agree. Let's just agree that to just pretend that it's not an 18 certificate. They'll have a great story to tell. You'll have a great story to tell on a relaxing journey. Let's just do
that's
this.
it, yeah. And you realise this is how to keep them quiet in the car.
Yeah.
The speech that the president makes in Independence Day when he's trying to get everyone to fight the aliens. I'm imagining you, Wrenfoe, standing in the central aisle on the aeroplane, delivering that speech you just made.
This could be us. We could change things.
This is our Independence Day.
Yes. Come on, kiddies. The filter's off.
Oh, it's got to be true, hasn't it? I mean, but it was called Daddy-O.
Yeah, it is true. To make matters worse, travellers reported they were effectively forced to watch the film because they were unable to turn it. They were unable to turn it off, pause, or even dim their individual screens.
I didn't quite realise that. I didn't know it was enforced. I thought these people had the option to. This is what we're showing, so watch it or not. I didn't realise that every screen.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I also heard that. I heard the quotes around all of those. Enforced to watch the screen, couldn't dim the screen.
Exactly.
To make it worse as well, I'd have run the audio through the speakers in the cockpit, so people just genuinely, even people closing their eyes like they have to. You can't avoid it. Yeah. We're all in this together.
Cockpit. That's the pornographic film you want to watch on a plane.
Yes.
Cockpit.
Yeah, because it can't really be anything else.
No, it couldn't. No. And it suggests more than one, doesn't it? A lot. This is probably too graphic for audio.
But you're going to go away and write that script for us now, aren't you, Dan?
So that's it. Yeah. I've written it. Half of it's written.
One man, one vision. The Mozart of the
it's definitely not one man.
Porn world. Right then, Dan.
I like this one.
Well, Sketchy liked his. But
police discovered drugs in bag label. Definitely not a bag full of drugs.
Is this on Sketchley's flight? On discovering the bag, I don't need to know the whereabouts at the moment. I'm just curious about this bit. On discovering the bag, which obviously clearly labelled no drugs in here, how long did it take the police to become curious enough to open it? Was it minutes or was it weeks? Maybe even years? How long did they take?
It doesn't say how long they take.
Oh,
but there was a small pause, I think, as they searched the car. The car was obviously stopped because it was allegedly stolen. Stolen, but we must make that clear, I think.
Because we're going to get sued by the what?
By the car.
Right. Overly scared of litigious people listening in.
Well, the cars are very clever now, aren't they?
How embarrassing to get sued by a smart car. Is the bag in the front seat? Is it the boot? Is it?
It's in a vanity case.
Was the labelling on the vanity case itself, or would you have to open it up and then go, oh, and then there's a sign in there?
No, it's unspecified.
Someone hasn't done their research.
I know.
You didn't realise that I had this kind of a lawyer's mind.
Is this what you ask of all your NewsBiscuit articles? This sort of depth of information.
The truth? You can't handle the truth.
The police person themselves, did they dismiss the bag and then the dog was like, no. This.
Because the dog could read.
Yeah, the dog couldn't read. That's the thing.
The police officer couldn't read. The dog could.
Yeah, the dog. That's why this is my reading dog. Causes havoc in the station when they've all got one, shit.
Can't take him to libraries.
No, Chihuahuas are better at reading as well. An attack dog that's also a reading dog.
They're all little small yappy type dogs.
Yeah, the attack dogs are big thugs, aren't they? So they can't read. But the little ones, they're good at reading because they've got nothing else.
Right.
Other than a smashed up nose, which gives
That's
them.
how they can get closer to the book.
It's a curious double bluff, isn't it, really? I don't know that it's effective enough. Because you've hidden these drugs inside a stolen car.
Exactly.
Instantly, you've drawn some attention to it. I don't know.
But that's easy to say. These are not our drugs that are not our drugs, that are not drugs. Because it's not our car.
But they could have claimed that without the label.
They could have. But they didn't know it was there. If they've stolen the car, it was already there.
So the way to work
Yeah.
it is then you
Yeah.
have to laugh spontaneously with the police officer
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's the first
Well,
time
no,
you've
yeah,
seen the label.
yeah.
Oh, how funny! Whoever
Yeah.
wrote this.
Car was pulled over in the first place because someone had sprayed on it. Definitely not a stolen car.
Yeah, it was the Russian doll of the crime world. Just getting smaller and smaller.
each with a different denial.
Yeah, in a very small text on 1 gram, 1 gram of cocaine. It said definitely not a gram of cocaine.
I feel David Lynch could direct this.
Definitely not an electron on a
Did-
granule of cocaine.
Did the person who was arrested driving the car, were they deliberately provocatively dressed in a robber's outfit? You know, the one with the arrows, the black arrows pointing
And
in
a
all
big
directions.
Bag of swag.
Yes.
On their shoulder.
Well, it's definitely a play within a play. Whoever
is, yeah.
constructed this, they like their little kind of meta thing.
Maybe the government could learn from this, and they just have a big bag in the corner that says "definitely not a bag of freebies,"
Yeah.
and then they'll be okay then.
To be
And Taylor
fair,
Swift's in there.
I think they've tried that. I think every time someone's said that's a freebie, they've gone, oh no, this is a work-based Taylor Swift ticket, and you're like, no, there's no way it's a work-based Taylor Swift. It's a fun ticket. These are work-based tickets to Arsenal. No, they're not.
I mean, some games they are
Yes.
very, very
Yes.
work-based.
Yeah.
Depends on the level of team you support.
That is true.
That's true. Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, it was in Portland. Does that'll change everybody's mind, obviously.
Portland,
Oregon. Yeah, Portland,
In-
Oregon. In America.
Well, most American names they're just rehashed from over here, aren't they? So
What is
they're
Portland?
I don't know. That's I'd said on a previous podcast. The sad thing is, I know more about American geography than I do about British geography.
Yeah,
now.
and yet not enough to win a pub quiz. That's the annoying thing, isn't
no,
it?
not even slightly. No, flags of the world. I'm like, oh, not again.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
they're all
always
tricklers,
Tuvalu.
aren't they? And it's fucking Napoleon. Every flag, same design, but different colour. I got no idea. How have we got to that?
I know. I'm going to say true. It is the sort of thing that someone would try to get away with, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I know on NewsBiscuit we call ourselves a comedy site. That's kind of like a double bluff, isn't it?
It gets people in the door, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you lock it.
Yeah. Then we steal their bank details.
Stop downloading this automatically. The U2 of the podcast world.
Oh God! Can you imagine?
It is a real thing.
Is it?
It is a real thing. Well, I don't know. I mean, Sky News, are they a real thing?
Sketchly, have you got another one?
Workers must wear nappies to boost efficiency.
Is this in a nappy factory itself?
No, this is just general. Trade unions have reacted angrily to plans to make people wear nappies at work.
I mean, I'm Generation X, so we're all wearing nappies anyway. Like, at this stage of our lives.
Can we turn this episode into a drinking game? Every time anyone mentions the word generation,
Yeah.
someone has to have
We could call it the generation
shot.
game.
And get sued. Is this nappies in all workplaces? Because I imagine like lifeguards, that would be a nightmare.
You can get swim nappies.
Oh, God. Yeah,
kids.
just when you
So,
think
yeah.
you didn't have to do it, your lifeguard goes, oh, good, I won't have to do the nappy thing. Your boss
yeah.
comes in and goes, no, swim nappies. You're like,
Swim
oh.
nappies. Yeah.
Trying to do a surface dive to get body off the bottom and your bum's just bobbing on the top with your legs in the air.
Like it would keep you floating if you had a life jacket on as well, wouldn't it? All of you would be level, like horizontal.
Why don't more people put on a nappy as the ship is going down? They're
That's
not
it. Yeah,
thinking
that
through.
could have saved how many people on the Titanic?
And if it's one of those really absorbent nappies, of course,
Yeah.
on the other hand, they could
Yeah,
soak up all the sea. And
They
then
could
they'd just
soak
be
the whole ocean.
they'd just be standing
Just
at the end.
Somebody going like this on the,
Yeah.
on the ocean floor.
Well, it is flooding season. Maybe instead of sandbags, we could start putting nappies outside. I have a 2-year-old nephew, and he's still in nappies. And when
And his job is fine.
when he's making use of his nappy, he stops. He makes eye contact as well. He just-
So he like sat over the
Stairs,
over
yeah.
the over the computer terminal from Bill, and Bill suddenly mid story goes,
He gets a glazed
that's
expression.
it, Glenn, just stares at you.
Then a big sigh at the end, and then just back to work.
Yeah,
Oh.
those water cooler moments.
Yeah, yeah, for sheer strangeness alone, I'm not sure anyone wants to do this.
Is this just? It might be true, but a press release like a press release from a nappy company trying to build up, change this
This'll
into a
work for
normal
you.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to tap into that worker market.
That's
Well,
it. Yeah. We're done with kids. There's a limited amount. Not enough kids are being born.
Calvin Klein have created the ExecuDump 2000.
Yeah.
Clinique for Men, the Diaper Power Max.
Yeah.
Paco Rabanne, Squeeze and Go.
Yeah. Pampers Pro.
Right.
Pampers and Huggies are
Yeah.
available for factory shop workers.
Are they?
Yeah.
What are they called?
And apprentices and interns and under 25s get bicycle clips.
What I want to know is about because I'm thinking through this now because I've worked in factories in the past.
Oh, why are you thinking through this?
Yeah. No, but the cleanup time, there's a cleanup time at the end, surely, that's involved.
When you get
Well,
home,
it's after you've clocked off.
That's what's going to be
During
my
your own
question.
time,
Is it
yeah.
on my own time? I
Yeah.
have to
The
clear
cleanup
up.
is on your own time.
Oh my god!
You can still poo at work.
it's your own excrement.
so
Deal
they're
with
not-
it in your own time.
So they're not even providing me with like a shower cubicle or anything to hose myself down with. I'm just going to walk home with shit encrusted pants. How was your day, love? Well, usual shit.
How quickly does yours dry?
I'm going to say, depending on your diet,
Hello?
it might not be encrusted.
Yeah, it might.
It might have a bit of a limp.
Look, if I'm covered in shit, I'm walking home slowly. I'm being followed by dogs, obviously, but I am walking home slowly.
You have to work 3 months past your probation, then you get.
A new nappy.
Yeah.
Oh God, you got to clean your own nappy. So it's one of the old toweling ones I used to have
Yeah.
as a kid that you have to wash and dry on the line. Oh my God!
No,
it's not even-
disposable nappies are bad for the environment, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Whereas
you can't have that.
1,000 workers sitting there in their own crap.
Open the window.
I mean, it'll be a fire hazard, won't it? The methane in there.
And in a closed working environment as well. If you're in a really sort of small, cramped office, that's not good, is it?
Even without the nappy.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not. He hasn't sold it to me.
All right,
I'll
okay,
tell you that.
all right.
But I
That's
was
not
thinking
that
I was-
wasn't tipping you over the edge.
No, I was thinking originally some sort of huge Amazon warehouse where, in fact, you don't even see your fellow colleagues, so you
Right.
can actually you're almost kind of crapping in peace by yourself and with your own miasma
Little
of
cubicle.
smell around you.
Amazon warehouse will be doing that, will they? The robots will be crapping their own. They'll be crapping instead of the human workers.
All these little nuts and bolts.
They'll have
dropping out the bottom
like
of them.
metal nappies on or whatever.
Yeah.
Robot shoes. I don't know. Is that
I-
racist?
You're so woke.
I like to imagine in the Amazon's warehouses where people, pack the boxes, that they're all on sort of roller skates, whizzing around, taking things off the shelves. So it'd be like the Red Arrows, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You'd just have a stream of poo.
Hold on. If I was in Amazon warehouse, now I'm thinking about it, and I need to go, and they're not letting me go to the loo, and there, as you say, there are lots of empty cardboard boxes around. That's where that's happening.
Oh, look what I got when I ordered.
Prime. Yeah.
Did you order this?
They've replaced bubble wrap.
Ah, true.
Are you shitting right? Are you shitting right now? He's got that expression. He's doing it. He's doing the face. Mummy, he's doing the face. Stop him from doing the face.
True.
No, it's a news biscuit from the book.
Dan, we've got time for one more. What have you got?
Are we sure? Fat Bear Week delayed after contestant killed by rival.
Sorry,
What
Fat Bear.
week?
Fat Bear.
Fat Bear. We got bears again.
Fat Bear.
We did
It's
like
me.
12
It's me and bear, isn't it?
We
It's
had
every
about
time I'm on.
1,200 bear stories back to
Yeah,
back on several podcasts. I
Bear
just
back.
This subscription to Bear Pro that I've got, I have to
pays
try and
for
get it back
itself.
somewhere. I can't afford the Times.
All the stories are good.
That's it. Yeah,
So,
everyone's
sorry.
entertained.
So tell me again. There's a fat bear, and it's what?
Fat Bear Week delayed after contestant killed by rival.
There's a week of this. So this
This is the last time me and Sketchley are on, isn't it?
yeah. So this isn't like Black History Month or something where it's
No,
raising
no,
awareness
no.
of bears for a week. There's a contest of bears that lasts for a week.
Yeah.
How many bears are entering?
Well, these are a male bear known as Bear 469 and a female bear 402. So there's at least 469 bears in this.
Holy shit!
Is Bear Grylls in this?
I don't know.
No, he's quite slender. I mean, he'd get in on a technicality. You're right. He is a bear, but yeah, he's too skinny.
But look, both bears were in contention for the 10th anniversary of the tournament, pitting the heaviest bears against each other in an online vote.
Hold on, who's doing the online voting? Is it us or bears?
I think it's other bears. I mean,
God, they're clever.
this is from Bears Pro, isn't it?
They are clever. They are clever, and they're getting at least 400 odd bears together in one place.
Right, yeah.
And they're surprised that they ended up fighting. I feel that's almost inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but I don't understand what the point is. So if they're not supposed to fight,
But
what
what's the point?
Hold on, Sketchily, you've
Hang on,
got
hang on.
clearly
Yeah.
ethical boundary issues when it comes to animals.
No.
I don't know what the point of animals is unless you make them fight.
No, the point is, as you say, if you get a load of bears together, you automatically assume they're going to fight. So I assumed if they're getting loads of bears together, it was some sort of like sumo thing.
No. It's just be the fattest.
Hold on.
It's like
You're
it's their
putting
version
bears in a
of
sumo thing, Sketchley.
Yeah.
See,
There's
I
a
just
ring.
had bear on bear that are fighting as they're meant to, but you decide to dress them up as sumo
They've
and
got
say,
their
no,
nappies
there's
on.
strict rules to this fighting.
Yeah.
You can't
They have
just,
to,
and
they
there's
have
a
to shave-
ceremonial
they have to
side.
shave themselves before they put the big nappy on.
Yeah.
Oh, back to nappies.
Oh,
aren't we?
back to nappies again.
I don't know how they work. So if you've got any information on that,
It has to be a vast chamber to have 500 bears in it.
It's not a fight. It's who's the fattest bear.
Hey, I'm not getting
It's not
a fight.
it's not the who's the fattest, deadest bear.
No, but you've got 500 bears together in this one place. Well,
Okay.
how many human beings in the room trying to organise these bears? Is it just one guy going, shit, there's loads of bears. We've got far too many this year. I
Yogi,
thought
get
3
back.
was a lot. We've now
Yeah.
got 500. They're fighting now. They're fighting.
how?
Desperately phoning your line manager. What do I do?
Mike Fitz, who's some guy, said he's one
Is
of
he
the
the spokesbear person?
He's a spokesbear. This is a difficult situation to witness. We love to celebrate the success of bears with full stomachs and ample body fat, but the ferocity of bears is real.
And they only just worked that out.
Yeah.
We like looking at fat. What was it? We like to see fat bears. We like looking at fat bears. The art that sounds a bit iffy to me.
What, fat bears?
The
Slim.
fact that we like to fat bear. It doesn't sound healthy for anybody.
I don't
either.
think it's a pornographic website. I think
Well-
it's just a fat bear website.
I don't subscribe.
No, it does sound slightly that there's a kink to it
Yeah.
because they're only judging the bears on one quality chubbiness.
Yeah.
It feels niche. It does feel niche, as opposed to we're going to judge lots of bears. There'll be a judge on the shiniest bear, the tallest bear, the happiest bear. But no, we're just getting 500 chubbies in a room. We're gonna. I don't know what goes on.
Make them jiggle. Make them jiggle. Whoever's most hypnotic when they jiggle.
No wonder those bears are furious. If I was made to jiggle just for other people's pleasure,
The room would be boiling. Absolutely boiling. Can you imagine how hot that room is?
that'd smell bad.
And the static.
Yeah, because you ever tried rubbing a bear on
They
a
might have-
balloon?
they might
You
have
could then
died from
stick
a-
the bear on the wall.
They might have died from electrocution. You don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I do know. It says in the article how he died.
and
But
and you're working there and you're just shoveling marmalade all day long just to keep them happy.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. How do they get them fat? Are they just fat naturally, or they
I don't think they feed him up. It's not a foie gras situation.
So are these bears owned by people? That's what like horse racing, where
No,
they own,
no.
and then they
These
feed their bear.
They're doing it off their own back. It's not like who's got the largest marrow. It's
Right.
not. It's not.
But
that
there's-
kind of-
Okay,
But those bears can't have just wandered in by accident. Someone must have brought the bears.
They're in a
Picnic
preserve.
baskets. They're in a jam.
Uh,
Bear jam. Mm.
and the bears themselves just sort of rock up every year, just go, oh, good, it's time for the competition,
Yeah, they've got a little number on.
and then they come for a jiggle. Right, Sketchley, what is this?
Do you know? I completely forgot this was the point of it.
Yeah.
I've just been enjoying the show.
Bad, someone did.
Yeah, 5 stars. I'm gonna say true.
It is true.
Yes.
Finally, we reached the magic 8 ball. Each of our guests is going to give us their predictions for next month's news. Okay, panelists, what headlines can we look forward to?
Simon Cowell drops 1-month-old baby from record deal.
As we begin GMT, Starmer runs around Downing Street trying to turn the clocks back about 100 days or so.
And that brings us to the end of this episode. And I can reveal this month's winner is anyone who didn't have Taylor Swift tickets. And I'd like to thank Dan Sweryt.
Bye.
And Sketchley.
See ya.
And I leave you with these headlines. Flanneling world champion throws in the towel. Unsuccessful wedding goes off without a hitch. And woman can't decide between holiday in Monaco or boob job. It's Monte Carlo or bust. Yes. Excellent. Well done, gentlemen.
I hear the way you say excellent.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of nappy shit-related stuff I've now got to wade through. There's no shame in a podcast that just lasts 5 minutes after the edit.
You've been listening to NewsBiscuit, free to read and free to write for. We accept submissions from any budding satirist, young or old. Visit newsbiscuit.com to submit headlines, stories, and to support new writers.
NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
What was that?
He blew his nose.
I'm a clown.
I don't think we've had anyone blow their nose on the podcast before.
What, never?
No, I think we might save
Sorry.
that. As
Not
a
the way
little-
that was.
You should start with that.